Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. One of the things this channel is really known for is a good old-fashioned stove battle. And I'm pretty excited because today we're going to put up two of my favorite stoves, and this is a battle many of you guys have been requesting. It's the Soto Amicus versus its big brother, the Soto Windmaster. Stay tuned, let's boil some water. Now I'll be honest with you guys, I've been a little late to the Soto scene. I've only owned Soto stoves now for about the last year and a half, and I'm up to about 4 of them now. Well, what can I say? My subscribers, as usual, not always, but as usual, were right in this case. Let's take a look at the first Soto stove that I purchased, the Amicus. This is the Soto Amicus. We're gonna pull it out of its case here. It's a decent little case. There's our stove. Dimensions are 1.7 by 1.6 by 3 when it's stowed like this. If we open it up, it's got these 4 pot stands, and if you can see when I open this right here, there's a little spring right there, which is what allows you to pop it right into place, and it locks in pretty good. Dimensions open like this are 3 by 4 by 3.4. The weight is 2.9 ounces. Power is rated at 11,000 BTU, which is pretty strong for this size of a stove. Uses a standard isobutane canister. Costs $45, which is pretty reasonable, I think. And states it burns 1.5 hours on an 8-ounce canister of isobutane. It features the Shinfuji burner, which is the same as the Windmaster. That is the burner that was developed by Soto. It has a piezo igniter, as you can see right there. It's a nice style piezo igniter because it lays flat, and it's not one of those that kind of hooks in and sitting on the side that could easily get messed up. It has a very wind resistant design. As you can see, it puts the pot pretty close to the bottom of the burner. And it does have, as I said, those spring-loaded pot supports. It's nice that it has 4 of them. It gives you a little bit more security when you're holding your pot. Let me show you guys what the flame pattern looks like in the dark, and then we will boil some water. All right, so we'll start this thing up. There we go. It's got quite good control. You can get it down pretty low like that. Can have a very nice simmer. To use it that low, of course, you'll have to have very good wind protection, but high is very nice. And there's your Soto Amicus. And now for the famed Soto Windmaster. I don't like the case as much as I like the one for the Amicus. Dimensions stowed are 3.5 by 1.5 and opened up, which is very easy to do. Opened up, it's 3.5 by 5.7. The weight with this 4-prong stand is 3 ounces. If you change it over to the Triflex, which you have right here, you can just pop this 4-pronged pot stand off and pop on the Triflex. It's 2.3 ounces. So the same as the Amicus. If you're curious how to do that, just reach right over here, pull it off. You just open this up. You can see there's like a little latch right there. Just open it up like that and pop it on just like that. There you have a 3-pronged 2.3 ounce Windmaster. You want to switch it back, you can see that it's just very simple. Pop it on, and there you go. As I said, weight is 3 ounces with this and 2.3 with the Triflex. Power is 11,000 BTU, the same as the Amicus. Also uses standard isobutane canisters. Price is more, $65. also claims to burn 1.5 hours on an 8-ounce canister of fuel. Also has the same Shinfuji burner, looks very similar to the Amicus. Has a built-in piezo igniter, which is pretty nice. It is a very wind-resistant design. You can see just how close the bottom of the pot is to the top of the burner, and that's what gives it its wind resistance. We're gonna go ahead and put these up against the wind today. It has a micro regulator, which is a big difference between this and the Amicus. This regulator allows you to have more consistent fuel flow through the system at all times, no matter how empty or full your fuel canister is. Let's go ahead again and look at the flame pattern in the dark, and we'll boil some water. As we did with the Amicus, we're gonna boil 2 cups of water and then boil 2 cups of water with wind. All right, this is the Windmaster. Once again, a little bit wider flame than and wider burner than the Amicus, but you can once again get it very, very low, okay? Which is nice. You really can simmer well with it. This one is better at simmering because it is better at maintaining its flame in the wind. There we go. Sorry about the changes in focus. These autofocuses don't like this flickering light. Crank it up. Just an awesome stove. One of my absolute favorites, and super, super powerful. Okay, so quickly, just to review for you guys, the Amicus took 2 minutes, 37 seconds to boil 2 cups of water with no wind and used 8 grams of fuel. It took 5 minutes, 41 seconds with the wind and used 13 grams of fuel. So that was a 3 minutes, 4 seconds longer with the wind and 5 grams more fuel. The Windmaster boiled the 2 cups of water in 2 minutes, 5 seconds using 8 grams of fuel with no wind. With wind, it was 4 minutes, 19 seconds. Used 11 grams, so it was only 2 minutes, 14 seconds longer with the wind and 3 grams more on fuel. I would say that's pretty significant. You could see the difference with the Windmaster's design. So there you go. There's a look at these 2 awesome stoves from Soto. They really vary or different in 2 ways: cost and the presence of a micro regulator. Although they both claim the same number of BTUs, the Windmaster definitely seems to outperform the Amicus time after time in my testing, and really in my experience. I've found that the Amicus just lags behind the Windmaster. It makes sense that it would, given the cost difference. So which one do I recommend? Look, it's all about the cost. If you're cost conscious and you want a cheaper stove, the Amicus works extremely well. It is more susceptible to the wind, and it doesn't perform quite as well as the Windmaster, even though it has the same power. The Amicus does work extremely well, and for a smaller package, that's something that's real important. It is much smaller in footprint than the Windmaster, even when it's broken down. But if you want to spend your money on the superior stove, there's no question that the Windmaster works better than the Amicus in almost all situations. It has better wind resistance. The micro regulator really allows you to use your fuel efficiently by regulating the fuel. Even when your canister gets low on fuel and you start to have intermittent problems with the fuel getting up to the stove, that regulator will keep things really consistent, and it really makes a difference, especially in windy conditions. If you start to have problems with fuel flow and the wind starts to pick up, when it drops down, let's say you hit a pocket where you don't have a lot of fuel, it could easily put your stove right out. The Windmaster and its micro regulator is definitely going to help prevent that. Now, most of you are not like me and have tons of stoves to play with, and I just do it to mainly review them for you guys. But if you're looking for that one stove that can really kind of do everything, we've talked about it pretty consistently here on the channel over the last year, year and a half, the Windmaster is that stove. If you want something a little cheaper and a little smaller, but still want that Soto quality, can't go wrong with the Amicus. Now, I do have detailed reviews on both of these stoves, so make sure you check down below if you want even more specifics, more boil testing, wind testing, things like that. Check the detailed reviews down in the description below. I'll also try to remember to put them up here at some point. They should have popped up on the cards. Do me a big favor, guys. If you like this video, if you like this style video, hit the thumbs up down below. It really helps spread things across YouTube, tells me that you guys like these types of videos. Leave plenty of comments. Tell me what you think about this particular battle. Tell me if there's other battles you want me to try out. I'm more than happy to boil water for all you guys. If there's other stoves that you want me to try out, leave them down below as well. I'm always looking for new stoves to purchase and try out here on the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button, and if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos here on the channel, hit that notification bell and you will be the first to know. What's really made this channel grow over time, I think, is stoves. I love checking out stoves, and it was exciting today to check out two of my very favorite stoves and put them against each other. And honestly, it's something you guys have been wanting for quite some time, so I aim to please. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.